Merry Christmas, Dram Teamers! First of all, massive thank you to anyone who's made it all 25 days of our Advent calendar. I've actually really enjoyed doing this. I'm not the best at doing social media. I haven't put in the hours or had the time spent to do it over the 2.5, nearly 3 years that the Dram Team's been going. But I've thoroughly enjoyed talking to everyone who's tuned in about the 25 great whiskies in our calendar. I really appreciate you taking the time to listen. I hope you've come across some interesting whiskies that you might like to try, and we're going to finish strong on Christmas Day here with a 6th Dram Bonanza. So I'm going to dig into this pocket, and I'm doing this in one take, and there's a good reason for that. That is because other than the ones that we've sent out to our lucky winner, these are the last remaining samples of these 6 Drams. So let's see what we've got. We've got a trio of 6 Drams for Christmas Day, no mucking around. Number 1, Laphroaig 10-year-old cask strength, that's at 58%. We've got Berry Brothers and Rod, an Arran 20-year-old, again at cask strength. And we've got a Glenlossie 1992, which is a Whisky Exchange exclusive by Signatory Vintage. And that is at 56%. So I'm going to drink these and I'm going to talk to you about them while I do so. So I'm going to go in first with the Arran 20-year-old. I'm just going to pour that. So just so you can see the label, hopefully my phone will zoom in on this. That's what our 6 Drams look like. The concept behind the 6 Dram, for those of you who haven't caught up with that, is that we put in a 10ml sampler of something really special. So I think this Arran 20-year-old is about £150 a bottle. So what's interesting about this, it's by Berry Brothers and Rod, the UK's oldest independent bottler of whiskey. It's a 20-year-old Arran, so Arran is an island just off the Never Eat Shredded Wheat, west coast of Scotland, sort of between Campbelltown and the main part of Scotland near Glasgow. Arran used to have a lot of distilleries, loads and loads, because it used to be basically, frankly, a smuggler's haven. So it had a lot of legal distilleries, but when the laws were passed about distilling legally and required people to be licensed, many of those fell by the wayside, and to this date Arran is the only one on the island of Arran. So lovely fruity character to the spirit. Oh, it's very fresh. There's a bit of a hit with this one because of the alcohol, but I'm just going to swirl that off and I'm going to give it a taste. Got to empty the glass for the next one. Oh, it just explodes with fruit. Absolutely fruit bomb. Apples, maybe some nectarines, but fresh, really fresh and rounded fruits with a little bit of spice. I definitely wish I had 10 ml more of that. We've got two more to get through. So the next up, have a look at this one. This is the Glenlossie 1992. And that's from the Whisky Exchange. Now, those of you who buy whiskey may know that the Whisky Exchange is one of the UK's leading online retailers of whiskey and other spirits. And they do their own exclusive bottlings. Sometimes they have them bottled by the distillery themselves. In this case, it was an independent bottler called Signatory Vintage, who did an exclusive bottling of this Glenlossie that was on sale only for the Whisky Exchange. So they're pretty special releases. And 1992 is quite some time ago, so it's a very well-aged spirit. And this was probably my favourite 6 Dram to date. And the reason is that it just absolutely pops out of the glass with fresh fruit. Apples, really. I don't know if anyone's had Glenfiddich 12, but it is like Glenfiddich 12 on steroids. Just the amount of fruit exploding up out of the glass. Oh. And that carries through to the palate. Maybe I've had too many 6 Drams. It is Christmas. But with a lovely warm wrapping of cream. Not much to spice on this one. But goodness me, that's a cracking Dram. There is spice on the tail end actually. There's quite peppery, a little bit of pepperiness coming through on the back end, which is a nice complement to kind of the fresh, bright green fruits. So, if you've not had the chance, look at the Whisky Exchange, check out their exclusive bottlings. I have not had a bad one yet, but the Glenlossie, not a common distillery that you see out as a single malt. It is beautiful. And I believe that was the 6th Dram in either our Speyside Spectacular box or our Glen collection, was a slightly tongue-in-cheek curation of whiskies, all with the word Glen in them. So, third and final Christmas 6th Dram. This is the Laphroaig 10-year-old cask strength. So this isn't something you can buy all the time. I can't remember which particular release this is, but it's something that's released to sort of Laphroaig's club. I think it's called Cadeas or something like that. The name of their kind of society that they release exclusive bottlings to. But this came to the Dram team courtesy of our co-founder Greg Dillon, who runs the greatdrams.com blog and is the owner of it. And he had a bottle that we put as our 6th Dram specifically for Whisky Bristol, which was a whisky festival we helped coordinate a couple of years ago here in Bristol. Now Laphroaig, as you may all know, an Islay whisky, very peaty, very medicinal. Interesting fact about Laphroaig, it was, I believe, one of something like 4 spirits or whiskies that were allowed during Prohibition in the US, and the reason they managed to get that allowed when everything else was outlawed is basically because it smells like medicine, and it does smell. One of the flavour note, scents that Laphroaig is known for is TCP. It has a sort of medicinal chemical smell to it. But people are huge devotees to Laphroaig. It is notoriously sought after, and these bottlings sell out very quickly, so we were lucky to be able to get hold of one thanks to Greg. Let's have a little taste. So it does whop you in the face with smoke, but because it's a cask strength, there's a lot else going on. There's some lovely sort of seaweedy, saline notes, seasidey stuff going on. There's smoked bacon influence. There is a slight sweetness, like smoked bacon with a drip or 2 of maple syrup on it. And you get a little bit warm ashiness that follows through onto the finish. It's like drinking maple syrup and bacon, but with a hint of wood smoke. Well, a big hefty helping of, it's smoked bacon, that's what I'm getting at. It's a smoked bacon flavour. Right, well, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed a whirlwind tour there of 3 of our 6th Drams that are always really special. I think they're the funnest thing that we do in our boxes. Can I say again, thank you so much for tuning in for 25 Days of Drams. It's been a blast. Look out for more video content from us next year, especially if one of your subscribers, one of our subscribers, because we are keen to talk you through a little bit more about why we choose the whiskies we choose, why we put them in the box, and what we think is great about them. Because that is the most fun part of what we do, and it's fun to share it with you. So, Merry Christmas everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see more of you hopefully in 2019. Bye-bye.